Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on some more of the Mazda 3 tune-up stuff. Remember in a previous video I did the spark plugs and the air filter, the engine air filter. Today I'm going to be working on the cabin air filter, the oil change, and the transmission fluid change. I'm going to try to do these as 3 separate small videos. So if you're looking for any of the other items that I just mentioned, they'll be under the Mazda 3 playlist. So to start off, I'm going to change the cabin air filter. So we've got this 2005 Mazda 3. I know that this is the same for 2004. I can't remember the year range. I'll try to post it in the description. So the product that I'm going to be installing is, this is the interior cabin air filter. I'm using this EPAuto. It's a interior cabin filter. It's a carbon filter. So what this is designed to do is just remove contaminants from the air. And most cars have them if they're produced like after the mid-2000s. And the purpose of them is to make it so that your car isn't stinky and it's removing smelly air. But oftentimes what ends up happening is people don't change them. They get full of leaves and mold and mildew and stuff like that, and they start to smell, and they can sometimes be like, they cause the problems that they're designed to resolve. So I tend to change them whenever I change my underhood air filter, which is usually annually. So to do this, the cabin air filter, from what I understand, I haven't done it in this car yet, so we're going to learn together, is behind the glove box. So this, if I remember right, unsnaps. Okay, so snap, 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 snap. This one is like slides in. So you should start at this end, unsnap your way down, and then pull it this way to get it out. So lucky I didn't break that. Glove box has a screw here and a screw here. I don't think there's a screw on the end cap. So we've got 2 Phillips screws. Okay. Remove this piece of the trim here a little bit, just kind of get it out of the way. And I believe, yeah, this just snaps in. Now sometimes the dash will have a screw down here. Not in this car, that's cool. And everything else are just snaps. So pull this out of the way. This is the light that lights up inside the glove box. So there's like a little hole on both sides. You can see like a little plastic tab. So you just want to push that tab out of the way. I'll have to grab a pick to do that. Alternatively, actually, you can just take this Phillips screw out. We'll just do that because I have a Phillips screwdriver handy. And this comes out. Okay, so pull this out of the way. So that's how you would actually change your light bulb, because this is not accessible from the bottom. So if your glove box light is burned out, that's how you would go about changing it. So we'll set this over here. Now, what do we have here? So all the HVAC components are up in here, so it might just be down bottom here. So there's this kind of kick panel that covers the bottom of the fuse box. There's a little tab here that you can squeeze with your finger, and this comes down. We've got the fuse box there, and if I spin these guys, this can come down out of the way. I think So I think what we're going to find is that the filter is back here in the center, because they tend to be near the blower motor. So let's see. Yeah, let's just unplug this. So this comes back, that comes up, this comes out, and this goes like that. And comes out, okay. And then so if we can get these out of the way. So it does seem like a lot to change this, so we'll probably find that there's a better way when we're done. But anyway, so let's remove this guy here. So all I did was unplugged the harnesses, a couple different ones, and we can see that there's color. Like, so this is blue, that's the blue connector. On the bottom, we should find the same thing. Really green and orange. Interesting. So one of these picks. Go in here, get that, pull that out, and this guy's going to come down. Alright, so I think this white plastic door straight ahead, that my finger's kind of pointing right at, I think that that's where the filter's actually going to go, underneath that door. So it looks to me like we're going to have to, I've got this guy out of the way pretty much as far as I can, but this metal bracket is blocking it, so I think I need to remove that metal bracket. Looks like it's probably a 12 mil, so let's grab a 12. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the bracket unscrewed, and it's out of the way, but still in the way. Awesome. All right, so let's unhook. It's like a clip and it's hooked to the carpet, so do that. So, what do we have over here? It looks like there's 2 Phillips screws. So, okay, there's one. There's 2. And okay, so it looks like there's actually a 3rd one up at the top here. So there's like a little harness clip. Unplug that. One more screw up top. Oh, there's 4 screws. Okay, so there's another one that's kind of hidden up here. That little door comes down, and then what do we have here? There is our air filter. So, like I said, full of leaves, it's all brown, dirty, clearly needs to be changed. You can see all of the crap that's down in here. So it's important that these get changed. You see that like my fingers are a little wet. So what's in there is the condenser that the air blows across when it's creating your air conditioning. So what'll sometimes happen in cars, and these aren't cleaned often or changed often, is the leaves will hold moisture, and then the over time the unit will freeze up. So these are what I pulled out. So let's get the new one. So here we are. New and clean and looks good. So it's a little hard to see. Let me see if I get some more light over here. Alright. So inside this box there are two of these filters, and they're supposed to be stacked one on top of the other. So this guy goes in like this, and there's a groove that it kind of sits in, so you're going to push it in. So let me just try to show it as best I can. So it's going to go in kind of against the wall and straight up like that. And then, and this is going to be hard to show on camera, while you're holding it in, you want to take the other one and slide it in below it. And it slides in like that. And that's it. So, my filter is installed. Although I think I might be a little bit too far. I think I'm at an angle and I shouldn't be, so let's try to fix that. There we go. Like that. Okay. So, that's what it should look like when it's completed. Top and bottom, just like it comes out of the box. And you'll see that there's like a black side and a white side on these filters. The black side is toward the occupants in the vehicle. So this is the first one, this is the second one. That's the way they end up looking when they're installed. So the top one has this foam on the top, and on the bottom it's got this groove that this slides into when you're installing it. And then these tabs are on the passenger side of the vehicle. And you'll notice that this door has a spot for that tab to sit. It's closed. And I have also noticed that when I took the lid off, they were just laying there. So it wasn't installed right by the last person who put one in here, which would make it ineffective. Because really, the filter material is going to be harder to blow through than to blow around. So if there's any gaps, it's just going to blow around the filter material instead of through it. So we'll put our screws back in. 1, 2, 3 up here. And number 4 up here in the back. Plug our harness back in for our blower motor, and then we'll put our bracket back on. And now we're just gonna reassemble the car in the opposite direction that we took it apart. So we've got our two 12mm nuts. Then we have to plug our harnesses back in. You won't have this black wire dangling there. This is for the aftermarket Android radio. It's just kind of stuck here. So let's put the top ones in first. So there's like a notch that this thing is supposed to sit in on both sides. So to put these in, this just goes in like that, and then this arm bends back and it kind of locks it in place. And as you're flipping that arm, it should kind of suck the connector down. If it's not, then you don't have it in all the way. Kind of same deal here. This will suck the connector down and tight. So like this, slide this back, put it up where it belongs, like that. Screw these little locky tab things in. Get our light. And then under here, we will be looking at these plugs, which you can't plug these into the wrong spots. So if you look, like the tabs are in different positions physically on the plugs. So orange goes closest to the passenger side, green goes next to it, just like that. This is up and out of the way. We can put our cover back on, so that like slides in. It's like a foam piece and it slides into this groove. And then there's like a circle hole next to a square peg. It kind of clips into that. We have this thing that has to go back in, and this just kind of slides in on the side. There's a groove for that black piece at the end. So it slides right in there. One thing that I should do is get this wire up and out of here. Okay, so this kind of comes back here. There's a little hole here that you can just line up, put in the retainer, this guy inside that hole, and then once you have that done, you snap that in, and that keeps it. So now I put my glove box back in. And my glove box is sitting here. Put that here. This this was this way, so this one just slides in, that one goes down, and then that sits in that little groove. The Phillips screw in. This can go back in. That can go back in. Two screws can go back in. This slides and then snaps all the way across. And that's it. So, I don't have the key for it in my pocket. So the next thing I'd want to do is just turn the car on and test everything, make sure that it all works. Just because I had such a significant, the whole fuse box out. You never know. Accidentally bend a pin, plug in a connector back in or something, or miss a connector. But everything went back together. I ended up with a fairly decent sized mess. So I'll vacuum all that up, and yeah, it's all done. Hopefully people aren't frustrated by the length of the video. You kind of figured it out with me, so thanks for watching, and I'll work on the oil change next.